All right, so just put on the Fender flares on Friday and then went for a quick ride this weekend. Tested them out. And long story short, I do recommend them. Definitely finishes off the whole cab part, because normally it's all kind of open in here and in here. And I didn't clean the inside, but you can see that normally you get like a bunch of mud and stuff just piling up in there. Some of it is from the ride before, like it was crazy how muddy it was. And I mean, ultimately it did get muddy everywhere, but a lot of it was just splashing up from the front tires. Like it was pretty thick, and it was just everywhere the whole day, but it was a lot of fun, and it definitely helped a lot with being able to see out the side windows in the front. Like normally the Pro XP doesn't have fenders at all, really, and it just kind of throws stuff everywhere to not get the machine just absolutely filthy. You have to go so slow, but it actually made it way nicer. This window was done up the whole day, and after spending like an entire day out in the mud, that's all there was on the window. And most of that was just from the last ride back. Like we just ripped through all the real thick muddy stuff, and it was just flying everywhere, and that's all I got. Like it was really impressive how much it keeps them down. Like it's definitely worth the money if you're doing the whole cab setup. And if you know the width isn't an issue, it's the same width as the front tires. So if you were driving through before, it'd be fine, but you just got to keep in mind that they are there. You don't notice them from inside the cab, but it just makes a huge difference with keeping mud down. I mean, it doesn't really look like it in the video because everything's filthy, but it made a huge difference. Like this machine would have just been a big mud ball without them. The install wasn't bad. It took, I don't know, not even an hour probably. You just basically, for the front, you take these two bolts out, this bolt here and a push pin, and you set that fender on top of the old one, put those ones in for your guide, and then just keep drilling one at a time and put a bunch of pop rivets in there, and then the front's done. And the back is even easier. You just set this extended fender on top of the old one. There's 3 holes in the inside that you can't see that you pop the rivets through, and then you just start working your way up from the bottom, and just keep pushing it in, make it fit all nice and tight, and then you're done. Like super easy. All you need is a drill and a bit, and you can put them on there. But it made a huge difference. Like now when you're going through mud or hitting water or whatever, instead of it just going all the way up and landing on top of everything, it all you see is just the stuff shooting forwards, which depending on the situation you can run into, but it's not like before where it would just fly off the tires and just totally coat everything. And then now it's not open to the cab. Like before, I could stick my hand through the gap here and be touching the seat. Like, especially if you don't have, like, I just got these block off plates from Amazon. It's cheap, $70. I mean, it's kind of a rip off, but cheap compared to everything else on this thing. And they stop it so you don't throw mud into the cab just directly from the tire. But normally it's open, and like in the winter when it's cold, you can have the heater going, whatever, and then you still feel that cold air coming in, and it would kind of equal out. Like it's not cold in there, but it's not getting hot in there. And so I think if it was really cold out, it would probably, it wouldn't totally get like to where you want it if it's like really freezing out. But now with those fenders on there, the fronts keep the mud from going everywhere, keep the windows so you can actually see out of the side ones, and then the back ones now are the finishing touch for sealing the cab, and they just stop all that mud from just piling up in behind the seats and getting in there, and block the wind from getting in there. Yeah, it's worth it. Like if that's like the final thing for the cab for me, like I don't think I'm gonna be adding too much more. it just finally sealed it up nice. Like, it's a good setup. It's pretty wet and snowy and muddy, and do a final walk around here, and yeah, I like the look of them too. It looks wide. Kind of changes the look of it from having just the tires sticking out, so the body actually fills it out. It's pretty slick. Go anywhere now, and it's just like a car. It's not like a buggy just throwing crap everywhere all over you. Yeah. Thanks for watching.